Hello historical people, just a quick one. Going to go over footwork drills for HEMA, okay? Now, I don't know if you can see, but I'm literally doing this in Crocs. So if I can do it in Crocs, you should be able to do it in real shoes or trainers or whatever you're doing. And basically, like, the footwork you need to worry about, and hopefully you can see my feet. I'll move as far back as possible so you can see my feet, right? But you got two types of main step, okay, that you want to worry about. You've got your passing step, where you basically just walk forward. Your back leg crosses your front leg, okay? Keeps you a nice wide stance. And then you have your gathering step, where one foot comes to the other, and then you sort of crab along, okay? I call it the crab step because I feel like a crab doing it. But yeah, it's basically that. So gather, move, okay? Or passing, right? And in terms of how to practice footwork, it's real simple. Find yourself a target. I got Mr. Punchbag here. Find out where the top 6 inch of my sword can hit, right? Right, and then I'll take the reverse of what bloody footwork I'm trying to practice is. So I've took a passing step back, and then when I attack, passing step in, passing step back, passing step in, passing step back. Okay, dead simple. Right, same again with my gathering steps. So find that 6 inch. Wow, I didn't even step back there, did I? So come back there. Okay. You just practice that. Okay, but that's boring. Okay, so let's look at some more fun footwork, right? So hopefully, again, you can see me. I'm going to do offline footwork because it's much more fun, and it changes your game up a little bit more. Basically, similar to a gathering step. Well, it's not really. Basically, take one little step off to your left or whatever direction you're going to be attacking from. So for me, it's my left, but for you, it's probably right. So you take a little step out with that front foot, okay, as you attack. And then your back foot, what that's doing, as that's coming out, that's just pivoting, okay? So you end up in line again, but over here. So a normal footwork, step, bang, arm out, okay? It's not drastic, it's not dramatic, I'm just bang. Okay, this is with longsword, obviously. Like, we've got some other bits with saber that I can go on to in a minute. And then the other one is basically just lunging off to the side. So if I'm attacking, it's very similar to that. I'm just really pronouncing that step, bang, and then that leg's coming around again, pivoting. Okay, and to drill this, like I say, you just need your target, and you want it's boring and it's a bit silly, but like getting used to just knowing where you are. Okay, throw up a guard position, and then hit the thing. Okay. Well, don't hit the thing. Okay, it's dead simple, right? Obviously, with the offline stuff, you're not going to be able to repeat that as much if you're in a confined space like me, but just be walking back, lunging and coming off. I'm doing a small one. The main thing really is whenever you're doing your footwork, come back into some sort of guard position. For you more sort of single-hander sabery boys and girls and everyone else, you're going to focus more on your sort of, they're not even gathering steps, not half steps. Okay, you're going to be focusing more on these little shuffles. Okay, and again, it's just find your range, shuffle back, and then okay, bang. Okay, I shouldn't be able to touch that, right? And that's how you test to your drill. I shouldn't be able to touch you at full reach. I need that step. Okay, so with saber, that's really useful. Just that little lunge, really. Yeah, it's not like a sport lunge. It's literally just a step forward so your stance widens. Okay, keeps you nice and comfortable. You can practice your lunges, and to do that, obviously, you just need to be further back, and you have to do fancy hand shit with it, otherwise you're not doing it right. But that's how you practice your lunging. Obviously, reverse lunging, you want to stand too close and then reverse back. I've not really got the space for shit like that. What? Okay, like that, and just play with it. I find it best to do footwork drills with targets and whatnot. Let me take my Crocs off now. So if I want to do just purely footwork, okay, it does help to hold a sword, but I can just like take those steps back and forward on a line. Hopefully I've got a target at the end, okay, that I can go for. Saber wise, yeah, shuffle, strike with a lunge, and then shuffle back, reverse lunge possibly, something like that I'd do you. But again, I do most of my stuff on the target. You don't always have the luxury of having the space to just run away constantly. Okay, so it's worth knowing I've got one pace. Okay, what can I do? Bang. And if the sword's confusing you, just get rid of the sword. Okay, and just do it with your hand. So if I can touch you there, right, 22, boom, boom, boom. And the main thing, I've just realised it there because I leant forward a bit too much on my first one. When you're doing these footwork drills, you don't want to be sacrificing your structure at all, really. So my goal when I'm practicing my footwork is to keep my body as upright as possible. If I've got the sword, I want to keep the sword in action. It doesn't want to be somewhere useless, just hanging down. Okay, like it wants to be in my guard or something. Okay, I can practice my lunge, just reverse arm as much as I want. Okay, that's basically it. Obviously, if I'm going to do the pass and step stuff, which you don't really do with a single hander because it pays to be a bit more lateral, get that long sword back out. To be fair, you would do it with you might do more passing stuff with like an arming sword because you want to keep that hand out of the danger zone. So yeah, and obviously with the long sword, bread and butter, just fucking stepping through with these attacks. I find it easier to throw attacks as I'm doing things. It just sort of links everything together. But you know, if you don't want to, just hold the sword, practice those gathering steps, practice those passing steps. Okay, and then when you want to get fancy, practice moving offline. Okay, it doesn't always have to be the front foot for the offline movement, by the way. Move with the back and then pivot around, gives you more distance. Or yeah, you can, depends which way around you got your feet as well. So hopefully there's some ideas there that you'll take from and you'll find work for you. So we will see. Thank you very much, my dears. See you soon.